I'm from the website Instigate Debate. Can I ask you a couple of questions?
Yeah, if you want, yeah.
Cool. Would you prefer to be a subject or a citizen?
Would I prefer to be a subject or a citizen? I prefer to be a citizen, but I'm not, am I? So, yeah, I'll have to emigrate to do that, I think.
Okay. When should we bomb Iran?
When should we bomb Iran? Well, never, but I kind of... good question, bro. I fear that it will be inevitable, or at least surgical airstrikes, as they term it in the business, innit? But I don't know, even like the Iraq war and all this stuff about like weapons inspectors going and stuff, that was just a kind of delaying tactic because it was too hot basically to invade Iraq. So I have little doubt that plans to invade, or at least attack Iran militarily using kind of aeroplanes and stuff are well underway in it.
Do you think it will be America that attacks and we join in, or will it be a natural...
I think it will be a combination of Israel and America who attack them, and possibly Britain as well, which dismays me massively. But to be honest, there's neither the opposition to it in the public domain or the kind of political domain, really, is it?
Linking back to the first question, do you think the people of this nation will be asked if we go to...
They weren't asked last time, were they? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
2 million was marched, brother, and nobody said anything, so...
So we are subjects then, we're citizens?
Undoubtedly, yeah, I would say so.
Can you name the owner of The Times, The Sun, Sky News, Sky Sports, MySpace, The London Paper and Fox News?
Yeah, I can. It's Rupert Murdoch. Yeah, God bless him.
What do you feel about that?
I feel like, you know, if we're going to have any kind of degree of democracy in this country, then if a man... I don't know, I wrote a lyric about this recently. I wrote, if you control all the news channels, then all your views travels faster than we can combat, innit? You know what I mean?
Right,
so yeah, I think he like, you can't really have a democracy if one man's like running the show, innit? And like, you know, if like a prime minister or something gets in power, the like first man they go see is like Rupert Murdoch, innit? Apparently, so
absolutely.
Like, I don't know, it's pretty dark, brother. Isn't he like Australian as well, Murdoch?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
And he's like giving us all this like British stuff and that. It's a bit whacked, isn't it? Yeah.
Question 4. Are you okay with 70% of the British land being owned by 1% of the British people?
Say that again.
70% of the British land is owned by 1% of the British
70% of the British land is owned by 1% of the people?
Yeah. Are you okay with that?
No, not really. No, is that true?
That's true.
Jesus Christ, man. That's unbelievable. No, that's terrible. It's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said, but well, the land of the free doesn't exist then, does it?
No. Do you mind if I ask you a few more?
No, crack on if you want. I like your questions, mate. They're good.
In one day, Prince William recently spent 75 grand of taxpayers' money flying an RAF helicopter to his girlfriend's house and then onto a stag do.
How many? How many pounds?
£75,000.
Okay.
Do you think romance or friendship is dead?
Obviously not in Prince William's world, but certainly in mine. I don't think I've got 75 grand to spend on going to see my girlfriend. That's absurd, isn't it?
That's ridiculous.
And whose money's that? Is that our money?
Taxpayers.
That's tax money, right?
Straight out of tax.
That's bullshit, isn't it? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how you can kind of like have any how you can really talk about equality when you've got like a man who's like, I don't know, like born into that money.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They're a bit at odds, aren't they? Well, there are a lot of odds. They're completely odds. Yeah, bullshit, bro.
What does dictatorship mean to you?
Being told what to do without any recourse to have a say in things, really.
No accountability of people who are leading us.
Yeah, so like for instance, if the government takes a decision and you have no kind of like chance of answering back or anything, much like the Iraq war, perhaps. You know what I mean? Yeah.
When your personal wealth exceeds 2 million, on what will you spend the rest?
These, aren't they? I'd give it away, man, because I think that I don't think a man needs more than 2 million. You know, like in Sheffield, for Alvin Sheffield, you can buy an house for 200 grand, a nice gaff. You're never going to need to buy anything ever again. So I don't think personally a man needs more than £2 million. So I'd give it away to people who need it. You know what I mean? I'd give the Palestinians some, I think, because they're in a big concentration camp, aren't they, in Gaza? So perhaps I'd give them some. You know what I'm saying? Because it's I don't know, it's a bad place, isn't it?
Which country locks up more of its people than Zimbabwe, China, Sudan, Syria, Burma and Saudi Arabia?
Locks up more of its people?
Yeah.
What, like per head, you mean?
Per, like, just in its population, yeah.
I don't know.
It's actually the UK.
Britain?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. I feel right depressed. God, man. Alright, fair dues.
80% of Earth's ancient forests have already been either destroyed or degraded. How long should we give it to do the remaining 20%?
I reckon 20 years, bruv. It's well on its way, innit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I read some things recently about what they're doing in like Brazil and Colombia and stuff and that, and it's just like ridiculously dark, innit?
Yeah,
but like, I don't know, I was talking to my mate about it and he was saying like, why are you bothered? Because like, I was like telling him about this and I'm like, well, why you asked? It's not like it's like out to the wheels, is it? But I was like, yeah, but it's like got some kind of thing to do with oxygen and that, innit? And he weren't having any of it, but no, it's really, yeah, I won't give it very long at all. 20 years and I reckon we're pretty shafted in that regard.
Should we legalise cannabis?
Definitely, absolutely. I prescribe. My argument against for cannabis is simply this: is that in the history of the world, whenever you have, whenever you've like kind of made something outlawed something, be it boxing, you get bare knuckle fighting, be it alcohol, you get the rise of the mafia and stuff in prohibition, and be it ganja. For instance, if I were to go to the news agents and like buy like a paper, 20 fags and 2 splits, cool, but if I keep going to a dealer to get it, and I'm a young lad, eventually my dealer's going to go, here, son, why don't you try some of this, and I'm going to do. Plus the fact they could tax it, and plus the fact if they discovered alcohol, tobacco and ganja today, and they'd never heard of any of them, they'd probably ban all 3, knowing what they did to you, but there's just so many like industries built around cigarettes and like booze and stuff that they'd never ban it. Do you know what I mean? It's hypocrisy really, especially given the fact that like out of the Labour cabinet, I think like 16 out of 20 have smoked it. You know what I mean? Obama's smoked it. It's like how can you justify banning something that you all do yourselves? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah, legalise it tomorrow, man.
In London alone, 7,000 historic family-owned shops have disappeared in the past 6 years. Which is your favourite clone high street chain and why?
Cinema. I don't have a favourite. I don't know. I think they're all equally as fucked as each other. Brother.
Which one do you shop at the most, though? There must be one that you use more than any other.
Do I use any high street chains? Yeah, I like coffee in it, so maybe I've bought like the Starbucks and stuff before. But aside from the fact that they give you really big cups and you never know how many sugars to put in it, you're like, how many sugars do you put in a cup that big? I don't know. It's quite sad because it takes all the character out of your high street. You know what I mean? Like I do a lot of touring with my band and stuff, and like you go down high streets of Britain and they all look exactly the same. You know what I mean? And I think like the French have done a far better job of like resisting that and have kept kind of like a lot more of their like.
The French have recently banned from protesting any advertising in public spaces and billboards and whatnot. Would you sort of back, and I plan to do that in this country,
To do what, sorry?
To ban any advertising, billboards, that sort of thing inside public places?
Yeah, I think so, because it gives certain like things in the media like an unfair advantage. For instance, I'm on an independent record label. If you're on a major, you sell more records, fact, because you've got your billboards all over the place. You know what I mean? It gives an unfair competition to.
You don't have a choice, do you? If it's there, you have to see it.
It distorts the truth. That's what it does. It distorts the truth and makes people see things in a certain way. You know what I mean? Buy this, but effectively, you're just being sold selling your turds, aren't they? You know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah, well, I don't know. There don't seem to be much morality within that society, so it's tough. I don't know. Even magazines are beholden to like the companies that take up their advertising space. So, for instance, a music magazine would never criticise a band who advertises within its pages a lot, would it?
No, of course not. No.
See what I mean?
There's no incentive there.
There you go. So, yeah, it's bad news, bruv.
Thanks so much, John. Cheers. Thanks for your answers.
Oh, no, nice one. More power to you.
Cheers. Thank you.